One of the things I remember from the WRC when we started getting driver numbers in 2019 was Oid Tanak picked number 8, saying that it was a lucky number in Japan. And, well, today, Toyota have now got the treble. The Drivers', Co-Drivers and Manufacturers' Championships, meaning that since they've returned in 2017, they have won 8 titles. And it's also 8 titles for Sebastian Ogier and Julian Ingrassia in their last rally together. 54 rally wins, including this fantastic display at the finale of the Forum 8 Acci Rally Monza. And I'm just going to go through some of the accolades that we have for the end of the season. So not only do we have Ogier and Evans as the top 2, you have Neuville in 3rd, picking up the Power Stage win as well, and Carlo Rovanperä in 4th place. The way he brought it home with all the donuts on the snow tyres on the final stage, it's brilliant to see that kind of humour from him. He's really a future star for the sport. Oid Tanak 5th, Danny Sordo 6th, 7th for Katsuta, 8th for Breen, 9th for Greensmith, and 10th for Adrian Formeau. We talk about overall in the rally. You have to remember Teemu Salonen ended up coming home 6th in his one-off for Hyundai. Oliver Solberg coming over to 5th. That's a spectacular deal for him and for Hyundai, and a great way for him to set himself up into the next season. But yeah, the manufacturer's title, it's Toyota by 59 points over Hyundai in the end. And, I mean, I talked about the driver's title. Co-driver's title is largely quite the same, just with a couple of bits moved around because of some of the co-driver changes. But the top 3 is Ingrassia, Martin and Vidiger. Then it's Holtonen, Yaveoya, Nagel, Barrett, Patterson, Carrera and Renaud Jabu, who was in a few of the rallies throughout this season alongside Adrian Formeau. But there's also all kinds of other things. WRC2 drivers goes to Andreas Mikkelsen. We knew that before we went into the rally, and also at the same time, Co-Drivers Championship in WRC2 goes to Torstein Eriksson. If we go into the WRC2 manufacturer, it's top 2 teams for Skoda. Interestingly, Movisport took the win by 1 point over TalkSport, despite their entries in the final round being entered by TalkSport themselves. Shows brilliant camaraderie in those kinds of teams in the WRC2 series. And then if we look at WRC3, it went down to the wire, down to the final stage. And the win? Oh, it went the way of Johan Rossel in the end, factoring in everything such as drop rounds. He ended up being the champion with Kaito Kajatanovic taking 2nd. And in the Co-Drivers Championship, it goes the way of, I'm going to mess up the pronunciation, I think he's Maciej Szczepaniak, who is a veteran co-driver of the sport, Kaito's co-driver as well, because Alex Correa, who was long-time co-driver for Johan Rossel, goes across to be with Adrian Formeau. It's a brilliant way to wrap up the season. We have to remember as well, Junior WRC wrapped up before with Sami Payari taking the title from John Armstrong in the final round in Spain, and the co-drivers in that goes to Salmonen from Hull, who was alongside Andreas Mikkelsen for the final round. It's been a brilliant, brilliant season and a great way to round off the World Rally Car era. It gets me a bit emotional because for me, the age I'm at, WRC has always been the World Rally Car, and it's the same for some of the drivers that we have now, particularly Rovanperä and Solberg, that it's all they've had as this era of World Rallying. I mean, think about the greats that we've had in WRC who have all tasted this kind of machinery at some point. You can think about Juha Kankkunen, Tommi Mäkinen. You've got, obviously, in terms of the championships, Loeb and Ogier ended up winning 17 of those championships. 17 of those 25 go to Frenchman named Seb. Then, of course, in the co-drivers, it goes to Julian Grassia and Daniel Elena. But you can think Carlos Sainz, Colin McRae. We've had 2 generations of Solberg, 2 generations of Evans, 2 generations of Rovanperä. It's hard to think that that's the end of the World Rally Car era. It has been absolutely spectacular. Monza, a brilliant show as it was last year. And I can't wait for next season. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.